What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Infinite Magic Raid, and today I want to show you guys two of the most powerful combo heroes in the early game for PvP. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably more interested in pushing campaign, guild boss battles, force mark towers, or just mark towers in general. But these two heroes, if you can get lucky enough to snag one of them, they're both legend heroes. One of them is space, you get for free. The other one, I believe, is focus, is the way I'm going to pronounce it. Focus, something like that. But if you can get lucky enough to snag a copy, you can defeat teams with extremely higher power levels. So we're going to go over the heroes, talk about why they synergize so well, and then I'm going to show you guys the devastating power of even just a budget 5-star team. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy it, and hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 15,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much. Let's get going. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm actually going to show you guys our battle record here. So this is actually one of the moderators, I believe, on, I actually attacked into him, Proxima. So Proxima, I believe he was, of course, a beta player. He is a moderator on the Discord forums. I think he's free to play, or he or she is free to play. I don't know. But yeah, you can see the devastating number and damage that can be done, even with, I mean, look at this team. It's literally the most budget possible. You about to see what happens? Well, let's hit this little camera button. And I was just auto battling, going through stuff. And then I realized the devastating power you're about to see. So I'm going to slow this down to 1 time. So you see, Space gets that initial speed burst off and gives a huge active ability to my girl right here. We have her as well. Sana's active ability is very strong. It also increases its crit rate by 2 turns, meaning the second round it's probably going to do even more damage. But then you'll notice Focus does this channel ability to up the turn timer of the hero, and look at that. I mean, you can see the difference in power, literally 2 times more power. Now, granted, once I just focus on Sana, it's pretty much game over, because that's what I mean, money talks at the end of the day, to a point. Now, if this team was fully set up and was the similar power level, I would have just got shreked, destroyed, absolutely obliterated. And the only way we beat this was because of the extreme power difference. I mean, you look at the power difference of these two teams. It doesn't even compare. We got A5 here. We got A5 full team. We got E5, or at least E2 or 3 on every hero. And this is an E1 Sana. So yeah, we might watch this again at the end, because that is an interesting fight. Let's talk about the heroes and why this team is very popular and very strong. Now, we'll talk about the damage dealer you pick, kind of like the last out of everything, but let's talk about a couple heroes. Actually, just jump in here to look at Space real quick. So her abilities are really interesting, mainly because of her passive. It increases self turn meter by 18% at the beginning of each wave. That can go up to a grand total of 26%. This is how, even though she's a level 100 5-star, her turn meter gets boosted up so high that she gets to go first in every single combat you have in PvP, unless you come across another one who is faster. This is the big point. And then, of course, her active ability, yeah, it restores HP. We don't really care about that. But meanwhile, increases their turn meter by 20%, which means the enemy team is going to go before you. Now, after that, what you're basically doing is you're feeding this turn meter into a damage dealer, and there's a few options we'll talk about here at the end. So essentially, she goes first, your big main damage dealer goes second, does a gigantic AoE damage ability, or single target if that's what you want to choose. In this case, they did go with Sana because she has this gigantic AoE hit. It's very strong. She is a legend, so she's a little harder to come by. There are few epic heroes that fit this very well. And then lastly, after you use an active ability, it comes to this hero right here, Focus. Very strong hero for PvP. Don't really care about too much. Death Wish is nice though with the passive, because it does increase his turn timer when an enemy dies, increases all allies' turn meter 20 times whenever an ally dies. So between him and Space, and if you add like a Luna on the team too, you can get some crazy turn meter boosting all over the place. But Divine Prayer, his active ability, is where his power comes from. Increases the allies' turn timer by 100%, aka they are going next after his attack here or his buff, and resets their active skill cooldowns, meaning that big active skill they just used, well, guess what? They can use it back to back. Meanwhile, increases their attack by 40% for one turn. It's only one turn, who cares? That's the next AoE attack. The cooldown of this skill cannot be reduced or increased by other effects, which is interesting. This one's kind of interesting if you do get him to exclusive 3. The target of Divine Prayer has a 50% chance to gain one more action after acting. So if you get like multiple hits off, can you imagine this with a Lucifer? I'm just going to put that out there, where Lucifer already has a chance, if he gets his exclusive up, to do some crazy stuff. The Doom Legion combos can be absolutely devastating, but this is where the 2 buffers between Space and Focus come in and devastate. Now, like I said, there are a few different heroes you can use. Of course, some legend heroes have better AoE active abilities, but there are some traditional ones that still do very, very well. The first one being Holder, because, you know, this is interesting because you basically use 2 times of his Death Storm, which isn't really that strong. If I had to pick, I probably wouldn't use him in the combo over other epic heroes, but everybody's building him, so he's a good option. One of them that I want to talk about real quick here, I gotta find, here we go. Oof, Lester. Lester is a very, very good target. This is very big because Lester gains guaranteed crit for 1 turn at the beginning of each wave, which means the first round he gets the huge one. Afterwards, gains guaranteed crit every 4 turns. We don't really care about that, but meanwhile, or while guaranteed crit is in effect, gains 30% more crit damage. You're guaranteed a crit with this guy. And then, of course, his Halo Bullet deals 260% attack damage to all enemies. It even adds burns and other things like that if you get his exclusive up, which isn't that difficult as an epic hero. Doubles the chance to get penetrating shells and piercing shell and Halo Bullets and all these craziness. Very, very strong hero in this team composition. Another good option is actually Hardik. Hardik is pretty good because he already does 2 stages of 100% defense damage to all enemies. So not only is he in like an extreme tank, he's doing damage based off his defense, which is very strong. Exclusive 2 gains 60% debuff or defense for 2 turns before casting Tornado Burst. Not as good. I would probably say Lester is probably one of the best ones budget wise to build in this team. And yeah, you just do some crazy AoE damage. So if you do see Space and Focus on a team, be prepared to need your own Space to outspeed the enemy, to not get cheesed, because you guys saw literally half the power, like from 500,000 power down to 250,000. They almost pulled the victory out, which is just absolutely insane. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll keep trying to focus and highlight some of these really cool synergies that you can potentially make even as a free-to-play player, and I'll see you guys next time.